Ladies and gentlemen, it's senior night here at Nelsonville-York. At this time, I would like to introduce to you our senior football players. Our first senior is Justin Kuhn. Justin is the son of Jennifer and Stephen Kuhn. In addition to his parents, Justin is being escorted by his brother Jacob Kuhn and his uncle Harold Morn. Justin has been playing football since he was 6 years old. While in high school, Justin played football for 4 years, wrestled for 4 years, competed in track and field for 2 years, and has been active in the Spanish club for 4 years. Justin's most memorable moment while playing football is when his brother stripped the ball at Alexander and scored a touchdown. After high school, Justin plans to attend college and major in pre-med. Our next senior is Eli Fox. Eli is the son of Tim and Kathy Fox. He started playing football when he was 7 years old. While in high school, Eli played football for 4 years, basketball for 2 years, ran track for 2 years, and has been an active member of the National Honor Society for 2 years. His most memorable moment while playing football is when Justin Kuhn came off the field upset during a JV game. Eli is the 9th Fox brother to play football here at Nelsonville-York High School. After high school, Eli plans to attend Ohio University and major in mechanical engineering. Senior Eli Fox. Our next senior is Cannon Kilbarger. He is the son of Jody and Brian Kilbarger. Cannon started playing football when he was in the 7th grade. While in high school, Cannon has played football for 4 years, basketball for 3 years, ran track for 3 years, and has been a member of the prom committee for 1 year and the National Honor Society for 2 years. His most memorable moment while playing football is having the opportunity to be coached by Coach Boston Sr. and Coach Sowers. After high school, Cannon plans to attend a 4-year university and major in petroleum engineering. Senior Cannon Kilbarger. Our next senior is Neil Polly. He is the son of Tim Polly and Dee Hampton. Neil started playing football when he was 9 years old. While in high school, Neil played football for 4 years. His most memorable moment is when Coach Boston ran from a swarm of bees during his junior year. After high school, Neil plans to attend Local Union 18 to become an operator. Senior Neil Polly. Our next senior is Jason Riffle. Jason is the son of John and Misty Riffle. Jason started playing football when he was 7 years old. While in high school, Jason has played football for 4 years and has been involved in Young Life for 2 years and the Spanish Club for 2 years. His most memorable moment while playing football is when Coach Boston ran his fastest 40 time ever while running from those bees. After high school, Jason plans to attend a 4-year college with an undecided major. Senior Jason Riffle. Our next senior is Ethan Summerfield. He is the son of Daniel and Heather Summerfield. Ethan started playing football when he was 10 years old. While in high school, Ethan has played football for 4 years. His most memorable moment while playing football is when he got to play in his first varsity game. After high school, Ethan plans to attend college and major in engineering. Senior Ethan Summerfield. Our final senior is Jason Talbert. He is the son of Serena and Craig Nungaster. Jason started playing football when he was 7 years old. While in high school, Jason has played basketball for 2 years, football for 4 years. Jason has also been on the powerlifting team for 1 year, Spanish club for 1 year, and on the prom committee. His most memorable moment while playing football is when Nick Spouts got knocked out by Zach Mays during their freshman year in the Newark Catholic game. After high school, Jason plans to attend Hocking College and major in social services, corrections, and criminal justice. Senior Jason Talbert. Ladies and gentlemen, a big hand for our 2013 Nelsonville-York football senior players. Gentlemen, at this time, you are excused. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce to you our senior cheerleaders. Our first senior cheerleader is Sarah Adams. Sarah is the daughter of Tim and Kelly Adams. She started cheering when she was in the 4th grade. While in high school, Sarah has been a member of the Spanish Club for 4 years, Prom Committee for 1 year, and the National Honor Society for 2 years. Sarah's most memorable moment while cheering is when Hunter told the story about her pet worms. After high school, Sarah plans to attend Ohio University and major in nursing. Senior cheerleader, Sarah Adams. Our next senior cheerleader is Kristen France. She is the daughter of Vern and Kara France. Kristen started cheering when she was in the 9th grade. While in high school, Kristen has been a cheerleader for 4 years and in the Spanish Club for 2 years. Her most memorable moment while cheerleading is when Jessica was teaching a cheer and referred to the motion as eggnog. After high school, Kristen plans to attend Ohio University or Hocking College to become a kindergarten teacher. Senior cheerleader, Kristen France. I'd like to introduce to you at this time our senior cross-country member. His name is Nicholas Spouts. Nick is the son of Ray Spouts and Amy Kinnear. He started running cross-country when he was a junior. While in high school, Nick played football for 2 years, played basketball for 3 years, and participated in track and field for 4 years. Nick also has been a member of the National Honor Society, Spanish Club for 3 years, STEM Club for 1 year, Drama Club for 1 year, Student Council President for 1 year, Nelsonville Area Improvement Committee, and has worked as a lifeguard. Nick's most memorable moment while running cross-country is when Josh and Reed got attacked at Rio Grande by a swarm of bees in the middle of the race. After high school, Nick plans to attend college and major in electrical engineering. Senior Nicholas Spouts. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to announce to you the seniors in our Pride of the Buckeye marching band. Our first senior is Michaela Brown. She is escorted on the field by her mother, Wendy Jones. Michaela started playing the clarinet in the 5th grade. While attending Nelsonville-York City Schools, Michaela has been a member of the marching band, concert band, and pep band for 4 years. She has performed at Disney World and Cedar Point and is currently the senior representative on band council. In addition to band, Michaela has participated in choir for 2 years. Her most favorite memory in band was all of the great times she spent picking on her friend, Katie Jones. After high school, Michaela plans to attend Campbellsville University in Kentucky to major in early childhood education. Senior, Michaela Brown. Our next band senior is Jesse Howdyshell, escorted on the field by his parents, Victor and Rebecca Howdyshell. Jesse started band in the 5th grade in the percussion section. He also plays the drum set, guitar, and is learning the violin. While attending Nelsonville-York City Schools, Jesse has been a member of the marching, concert, and pep bands for 4 years, jazz band for 2 years, and solo and ensemble for 1 year. He served on the band council for 2 years and is the current band vice president. He has performed with the band at Disney World and Cedar Point. In addition to band, Jesse has sung with the choir for 2 years. His most memorable moment in band was staying up late this year with Johnny and Jacob crying because it was the last few hours of his final band camp. After high school, Jesse plans to attend Ohio University to study mechanical engineering. Senior, Jesse Howdyshell. Our next band senior is Kenzie Warren. She is escorted on the field by her parents, Matt and Carrie Warren. Kenzie started band in the 5th grade on the trumpet. While attending Nelsonville-York City Schools, Kenzie has been a member of the marching, concert, and pep bands for 4 years, field captain for 1 year, District 17 honor band for 1 year, was on band council for 3 years, and is currently the band president. She has performed with the band at Disney World. In addition to band, Kenzie has participated in track and field for 3 years and Spanish club for 4 years. Her most favorite memory from band was all of the time she got to spend at competitions and football games with the people who made band better than it already was, and who she'll never forget. After high school, Kenzie plans to attend college and major in criminal justice. Senior, Kenzie Warren. Our final band senior is Audra Yinger. She is escorted on the field by her parents, Steve and Kathy Yinger. Audra started band in 5th grade, playing the trombone. While attending Nelsonville-York City Schools, Audra has been a member of the marching, concert, and pep band for 4 years and is currently the band secretary. She has performed with the band at Disney World and Cedar Point. In addition to band, Audra has participated in track for 3 years and Spanish club for 1 year. Audra's most memorable moment in band was the great feeling she got from playing at competitions each weekend. After high school, Audra plans to attend Hocking College and then transfer to Ohio University in Lancaster to be an education major. Senior, Audra Yinger. Ladies and gentlemen, a big hand for our Buckeye seniors and parents with us this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you.
Please stay standing for the playing of our national anthem. The Star Spangled Banner will be directed by Nelsonville-York professional intern Carolyn Millball. Tonight's game. Both bands invite everyone to stay and watch a post-game show.
And ladies and gentlemen, the Nelsonville-York Buckeyes taking the field here at Boston Field. Nelsonville-York wearing the home brown and jerseys and pants. Across the way, Vinton County, the visiting team, wearing white jerseys and pants.
And the Buckeyes come out fired up here tonight, Jimmy. You can see them. You know, it doesn't matter what the record is. It doesn't matter how the season's going. This is, for the seniors, this is their last home game to be played here on Boston Field. And that means a lot to this group of young men, as I got a chance to talk to a few of them before the game started this evening. So, again, throw out the records, throw out where they're standing and worrying about playoffs or worrying about records in TVC, Ohio, and all that. They are playing their last home game here on Boston Field, and you can see a little bit of extra excitement in the Buckeyes on the sidelines.
Also like to give a shout out to Steve Cox, the public address announcer here at Nelsonville-York, and just does a great job doing this game along with Nelsonville TV Cable, and we brought senior night on the cable, and we pick up his feed from doing the PA, and he always does a great job here at Nelsonville-York.
Well, I'll just say right now, and being down on the field this evening with my son being a senior, Terry Young told me he wasn't worried about staying on schedule at all because he's got a professional, Steve Cox, up there in the booth tonight, and he knows he'll keep him on schedule, keep things rolling for him.
Nelsonville-York won the toss, and they elected to receive. About 53 seconds away from kickoff here at Boston Field. In the all-time series, Nelsonville-York has won 37, Vinton County has won 8, and Nelsonville-York has won the last 13 over the Vikings.
And we probably ought to just take a quick moment to let Channel 15 viewers, as you're watching the replay of the game throughout the week, because we are filming the game and broadcasting it through Channel 15, but we're also doing the live feed for 107.7 this evening. So we're going to be talking a little more throughout the game. As typically you've watched us, we're going to sit back and let you see what's happening, but hopefully this evening we can paint the picture a little bit more so those of you that are at home listening this evening can feel like you're sitting out here in the cold with us.
Lane Sharp will kick it away for Vinton County to get this game underway. He's teeing it up as we speak. Jeremy Warren back deep for Nelsonville-York.
And as you're sitting here in the home stands, Jim, Nelsonville-York is on the right side of the field. Vinton County moving from left to right to kick the ball off. Buckeyes will have the ball first.
And the approach by Sharp. The kick will land at the Buckeye 26, picked up by Andrew McDonald. Crosses the 30, and he'll go down at the Buckeye 32, and that's where Nelsonville-York will have a first down and 10 to begin tonight's game.
Buckeyes will start in decent field position, as you noted, the 32-yard line, 58 that time on the tackle for the Vikings. And that was Wesley Yours on the coverage team for the Vikings.
From their own 32-yard.
Buckeyes first and 10 on their own 32-yard line. Colt Adams at quarterback, Noah Andrews at fullback, and Alex Mount at tailback. Alex Mount second in the Ohio Division in rushing. with 827 yards. And he'll get the carry on the right side of the line, and he'll take it out to the 36-yard line as he picks up 4 for the Buckeyes.
Nice power line movement on the offensive side of the ball for the Buckeyes that time. J.T. Hayes gets the tackle for the Vikings that time, but as you said, he gets a strong 4 yards or 5 yards on the carry that time. And that's what we're going to see throughout the evening. As we were talking, these two teams are definitely going to be running the ball probably 80% of the time on both sides of the ball.
2nd down and 6 for the Buckeyes. Nelsonville-York out of the eye. One receiver to the right. Draw play.
Big opening.
And it's Alex Mount across the 40, the 45. Takes it into Vinton County territory to the 48-yard line. 1st down, Buckeyes.
So he gets across midfield for the first time this evening as he gets a nice opening around the left-hand side. The Vikings really were watching Colt Adams as he dropped back and kind of cocked his arm, looking like he was going to try to throw the ball, and then does that nice little draw play. Have some nice blocking on the outside that time by one of the seniors, Jason Talbert, and gets 15 yards on the carry.
Buckeyes out of the eye. A receiver split out to each side of the field. 1st and 10 at the Vinton County 48-yard line.
Vinton County in a 5-man front along the line.
Hand off Alex Mount on the right side. Not much doing this time. He will pick up about 2, but that'll be it. Takes it to the Vinton County 46, where it'll bring up 2nd down and 8.
Levi Thompson on the tackle that time for the Vikings as they were watching for Mount to come across that right-hand side. But again, the Vikings are lining up in a 5-3 type defense. They've got 5 men along the line, 3 linebackers. And as this tight bunch of the offense comes to the line right now, everybody's within 5 yards of the ball.
2nd and 8 for the Buckeyes. Colt Adams under center. Jeremy Warren comes in motion to the left, and the handoff will go to Noah Andrews, crosses the Vinton County 45, and knocks down a Vinton County Viking and takes it to the 36.
Excellent call that time as the Vikings were really lined up. Actually, they had a 6-man front. They had 3 men wide right, 3 men wide left, and left the middle for the linebackers to eat up anybody coming up through the middle. And Noah bounces it to the outside, gets 10 positive yards.
Buckeye 1st down at the Vinton County 36-yard line. 10 minutes, 4 seconds to play in the opening quarter. This is the initial drive of this game. Buckeyes now in a T formation. Again, Colt Adams at quarterback.
And the Vikings line up in that same defensive position.
On the right side takes the handoff, and he'll take it down to about the 33 of Vinton County as he picks up 3.
Looks like the first man to hit him that time was Dylan Bartow, along with Wesley Yours, I think, was the other individual out there on the top tackle that time for the Vikings.
Jason Talbert coming in with the Buckeye play on 2nd down and 7. Nelsonville-York at the Viking 33.
Again, here's the first quarter, 9.5 minutes to play, 0-0. First offensive possession of the evening. The Nelsonville-York Buckeyes have the ball.
And Buckeyes have movement on the left side of the offensive line, so that'll cost the Buckeyes 5 yards and bring up a 2nd and 12.
It's interesting, like I was starting to note, Jim, every time the Buckeyes line up with no wideouts, nobody wide to the right, nobody wide to the left, the Vikings go into a 6-man front. They put 3 men on the far right, far left, and then they leave that middle wide open, just kind of daring the Buckeyes to try to get to the outside. Now, just a little bit ago, Noah Andrews was able to, in that same defensive lineup, find a way to get around to the end and get that 10 positive yards and get the 1st down.
2nd and 12 Buckeyes on the Vinton County 38. Nelsonville-York out of the eye. Play action. Colt Adams looking to throw. Does so on the left side, but it's going to fall incomplete. Down at the Vinton County 29, pass a little bit underthrown.
He had his tight end, Cannon Kilbarger, cutting out of off the right side and cutting across the field. And he had Jason Talbert shooting down the sideline. But like you said, just a little off the line that time, unable to connect. Puts him in a 3rd and long situation now.
3rd down and 12. Buckeyes at the 38 of Vinton County. Nelsonville-York out of the eye with a receiver split out wide on each side. Colt Adams will hand it off on a draw play. Alex Mount across the 35 and takes it down to about the 31 as he'll pick up about 7 yards for the Buckeyes, but Nelsonville-York will have a 4th and 5.
He is tripped up by number 33, Tim Oosley, that time for the Vikings.
8:35 to play in the opening quarter, no score. Again, this is the initial drive of the game. Buckeyes getting the opening kickoff. And now facing a 4th and 5 at the Vinton County 31.
First real big play of the ball game on both sides of the ball as the Vikings try to hold the Buckeyes and get the turnover on downs.
Buckeyes out of the eye. Colt Adams under center. The ball's loose. And Vinton County will cover it up, and the Vikings will take over on their own 33-yard line.
So the first big turnover of the ball game goes in favor of the Vikings. However, it didn't amount to anything more than had the Buckeyes got that handoff and stopped at the line, it would have been a turnover on downs anyways. But it is a fumble recovery for the Vikings, and they turn around and they've got the ball at their own 33.
8:12 to play. In the first period, no score here at Boston Field. Football weather tonight here at Nelsonville-York. A little bit chilly. Vinton County will split out a receiver on each side. Andy Long at quarterback for the Vikings. 1st and 10, and a quick slant on the left side, and it is caught. And that's caught by Max Ward, and it'll be a pickup of about 5 yards for the Vikings.
Buckeyes swarmed to him real quick that time to bring him down. He only gets about 4 yards on the carry, but I've been talking about the fact that both these teams want to run the ball, and you can see real quickly the Vikings are saying we want to try to open up this or loosen up this defense of the Buckeyes by putting the ball in the air very first play.
2nd down and 5 for the Vikings on their own 38-yard line. Once again, a receiver split out to each side. Andy Long, the quarterback, under center. Takes a snap, hands it off to the first man through, and he's close to a first down. It's according to the spot as he takes it out around the 43.
Oosley on the carry that time, number 33 for the Vikings, as he just powered right up through the middle.
And it is a first down for the Vikings.
Brought down by Neil Pauly and Jake Talbert that time for the Buckeyes defense.
Vinton County 1st and 10 on their own 43-yard line. We talked about Alex Mount being 2nd in the league in rushing. Tim Oosley, the tailback for Vinton County. His 3rd handoff goes, I believe, to J.T. Hayes, and the Buckeyes meeting after a 1-yard pickup to the 44 and then driving backwards.
Yes, that was, again, Neil Pauly, and it looked to be Jason Riffle and Jay Elliott in on the stop that time for the Buckeyes.
So 2nd down and 9 for Vinton County. Vikings on their own 44, 6:50 to play in the first quarter, no score.
Again, as you're looking here at the field, nice crisp evening. Luckily, the rains and snow got out of the area yesterday, so we've got beautiful weather here. The Vikings are moving from left to right here in this first quarter, trying to get near midfield.
2nd down and 9. Handoff comes to this side. And the running back for Vinton County will take it out to the 46-yard line. He'll pick up 2, so to bring up 3rd and 7. Buckeyes with good pursuit.
Excellent pursuit by the Buckeyes that time. Jake Talbert and Eli Fox in on the tackle that time for the Buckeyes.
So 3rd down and 7 for Vinton County on their own 46-yard line. Quarterback Andy Long close to the Vinton County sideline, getting the play from head coach Justy Burleson.
And as I was talking about the lineup of the defense for the Vikings, while they had their first defensive series, and the first defensive series for the Buckeyes, they're playing a 5-man front, 3 linebackers,
3rd down and 7. Vinton County, a receiver on each side. Long play
Keeper.
action, rolls left. He's looking to run with it. And Long has the first down for Vinton County. He gets run out of bounds right around the Buckeye 42.
Boy, he showed a little bit of speed on that one. He was pointing out his blockers, trying to get people to get lined up and give him a little bit of a lane. But, boy, he turned the afterburners on, got around that corner. Looked like the Buckeyes had decent pursuit out there, but he gets a strong 12 yards on the carry.
Again, the ball resting at the Nelsonville-York 42-yard line. Vinton County 1st and 10.
5.5 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Buckeyes have had the ball once. The Vikings, this is their first offensive possession of the game.
Vikings with the receiver split out to each side and a I formation. Pitch out comes to this side. And a running back will be cut down at the 40-yard line. It was a pitch to the right side, and nice tackle by Eli Fox.
Big number 43, Levi Thompson, in on the carry that time for the Vikings, and Eli Fox made a great play on that around the right-hand side along with Jake Talbert.
2nd down and about 7 after a gain of 3 to the Buckeye 39.
As the Vikings continue to march, they put the ball in the air one time, but other than that, they've been trying to keep the ball on the ground, and they've actually had, at this point, 4 different individuals carry the ball on 5 carries tonight. So the Buckeyes defense has to be keeping an eye on everybody.
Long takes a snap, and he'll hand it off. I believe it's Tim Oosley on the carry, and he'll take it down. And actually still going as he's finally brought down at the Buckeye 27.
Actually, that was number 43, Levi Thompson, that just barreled through that secondary of the Buckeyes. Once he got through the line of scrimmage, the line did a nice job in opening up a hole. He got into the secondary and just kept rumbling down in, getting, 12 positive yards on that.
First down and 10, Vinton County once again at the Buckeye 27. No score, 4:40 to play in the first quarter. Andy Long, quarterback. Under center, they have a receiver split out to each side. And the handoff goes on the left side, and it will be J.T. Hayes.
And he's still on.
And battling inside the Buckeye 20, Nelsonville-York trying to get him down, and now the Buckeyes take the ball away.
Brandon Kilbarger came out with the ball out of there.
And
I saw the marker got tossed. I'm not really sure what happened, but he was fighting for extra yards, and somehow the Buckeyes defense just ripped it out of his arms. Cannon Kilbarger comes out of nowhere and actually just ripped the ball out of the hands. I believe that was number 10, like you said, J.T. Hayes carrying the ball. So the second big turnover goes in way of the Buckeyes.
And the Buckeyes will have it on their own 33-yard line. Nelsonville-York with their second possession of the game on their own 33.
Still in the first quarter, 4 minutes, 17 seconds to play. As Hunter Edwards is now at quarterback for the Buckeyes.
Alex Mount in motion. Now Edwards will keep it on the left side, crosses the 40, out to the 45, and he takes it to the Vinton County 48-yard line as he picks up about 19.
And that's the difference right there that you see when Hunter comes onto the field. He's more of a running threat. You'll see a lot more running plays designed for the quarterback when Hunter's in there, and right there he made the difference with an 18-yard run and a first down for the Buckeyes.
They actually spot the ball at the Vinton County 49, first down and 10, Nelsonville-York. No score in this game here at Boston Field. The Buckeyes and the Vikings of Vinton County. Hunter Edwards out of a shotgun look, two receivers to the right, one to the left. Now Alex Mount was split out wide left, goes in motion. Edwards once again keeps it himself and dives down to about the 47 as he picks up 2.
This time he kind of went up through the middle and moved out to the right-hand side, couldn't find any real opening, dove forward for the positive 2 yards that time. They've ran the same formation and actually ran him just a slight difference, once to the left, once to the right. But both times, Alex Mount's in motion, trying to keep the defense, keeping an eye on him, because as you noted, in the TVC Ohio, Mount, second leading rusher, got to keep an eye on him.
Second down and 8 for the Buckeyes at the 47 of Vinton County. Two receivers to the right, one to the left for Nelsonville-York out of the eye. Hunter Edwards hands it off to Alex Mount. Vinton County in pursuit, and Mount unable to get away, and he's taken down for a loss of 4 yards back to the Buckeye 47.
Wow, you've got to say first, Max Ward was in there that really disrupted things. Somehow Alex Mount finds a way to squirrel away from him, but he cannot get away from big 56 out there, Zach Stully. Just put him to the ground.
So the Buckeyes now with a third down and 14 back on their own 47 as Jeremy Warren jogs in with the Buckeye play. Nelsonville-York out of the eye. Walker Elliott split out wide left. Jeremy Warren wide right. Hunter Edwards under center at quarterback. Takes a snap, back to pass. Throws it out to Alex Mount on the right side, cuts it back to the middle of the field, but he's only going to pick up about a yard on the play as he gets it out close to the 48.
Well, actually, he got back to about the line of scrimmage that time, and it looked like he was going to end up with about a 3 or 4 yard loss. Out there, number 63, McCombs was out there for the block to help him get freed back up to at least get into a position to get back to the line of scrimmage, but the Buckeyes are stopped again, this time a little bit quicker than the first time.
Jeremy Warren will punt it away for Nelsonville-York. High snap, Warren pulls it in and gets it away. It'll bounce at the Vinton County 33, takes a nice Nelsonville-York roll, and the Buckeyes will down it right around the 19-yard line of the Vikings.
Nate Schrader was back there to receive for the Vikings, but as you said, it actually bounced way ahead of him, and he just stepped out of the way and let the ball kind of come to rest inside the 20-yard line as the Vikings will start at about their 19.
1:51 to play in the opening quarter here at Boston Field. No score between the Buckeyes of Nelsonville-York, the Vikings of Vinton County. Now Vinton County with their second possession.
So the Buckeyes have had the ball twice, and now it's the second chance of the Vikings here this evening. And like you said, we're already under 2 minutes to play here in the first quarter, as the Vikings start out inside their own 20, first and 10 from their own 19, moving left to right.
Andy Long pitches it out on the left side. The running back crosses the 20 and is taken down around the 24-yard line, a gain of about 5.
Schrader on the carry that time, as I believe that to be Noah Andrews, makes the stop out there. And they say they actually caught him inbounds. It looked like from here, he looked like he went out of bounds and would have stopped the clock, but it did not. It looks like the clock's still rolling. He gets 5 positive yards on it.
Second down and 5 for the Vikings.
And again, now that's the 5th different runner that the Vikings have used here in the first quarter already.
Vinton County, a receiver split out on each side on their own 25-yard line, 2nd and 5. Long hands it off on the left side. The Buckeyes right there, not much doing. See where they spot it. May have picked up a yard on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd and 4.
Again, I think that was Riffle in on the stop. Jason Riffle for the Buckeyes defensively.
And once again, Nate Schrader on the carry. So Vinton County now facing a 3rd and 4 on their own 26-yard line as the clock is running under 50 seconds to play in the first quarter.
Schrader, the lone back in the backfield again. Oh, no, I apologize. He's got Max Ward with him.
Hand off to the first man through, and the running back's going to pick up the first down as he'll pick up about 4. He needed 3, and he picks up 4 for the Vikings.
That was Max Ward on the carry that time. Oh, J.T. Hayes, I guess. I apologize.
Jason first down and 10, Vinton County.
Jason Riffle again in on the stop for the Buckeyes. Again, Vinton County moved the ball very effectively on the ground in that first series, and really only because they were trying to get the extra yardage, the Buckeyes were able to strip the ball away. I don't think you're going to see the Vinton County Vikings try to do anything fancy, just run the ball up the middle.
Long hands it off to the first man through, and he'll rumble out across the 35 to about the 37-yard line of a gain of about 6 yards.
Neil Pauly brings him down out there, but like you said, not before he got 6 solid yards.
Looked like it was J.T. Hayes on the carry. And that's going to be the end of the first quarter here at Boston Field. No score between Vinton County and Nelsonville-York. And we'll take a 60-second timeout. So we begin the second 12 minutes of action here at Boston Field. Ready for the second quarter of play. And Vinton County will have a 2nd down and 4 on their own 37-yard line.
And as we were noting, the Vikings marching from left to right. Now that the second quarter begins, they've flopped the field around, and the Vikings now moving from right to left.
Andy Long throws, hanging it up long on the right side, but it's going to fall incomplete. Pretty good coverage by Nelsonville-York.
I believe that to be Bryson Nungaster out there, that time defending against a would-be receiver number 85, Devin Hall for the Vikings, as Long just tried to float that ball out and allow Devin Hall to run underneath it. It was just a quick, 3-step drop and put the ball in the air that time.
So Vinton County now a 3rd down and 4 on their own 37-yard line. Andy Long at quarterback. Vinton County breaking huddle, splitting out a receiver on each side, going out of an I formation. Now 2 receivers on the right side for the Vikings.
And they got people moving all over the place.
And we'll have a legal procedure on illegal motion on Vinton County. Andy Long keeps it himself. He's hit. The ball's loose. The Buckeyes pick it up. It's going to be a touchdown for Nelsonville-York.
I believe that is picked up by number 20. Is that number 20 that picked that up? I do believe that is. And that's going to end up being a touchdown for the Buckeyes as long as that penalty stays on the sideline of the Vikings, as Donovan Ross finds the ball. You know, the Buckeyes just continued to play hard even after the flag went out. So now they're going to determine exactly what they're going to do here.
Again, it looked like it was definitely illegal motion on Vinton County, and that is the call. The Buckeyes decline. Touchdown, Nelsonville-York.
So the 3rd turnover of the ball game goes in favor of the Buckeyes, and this one in a big way, as Donovan Ross. I'm not sure who caused that fumble out there, but
they really put a stick on Andy Long, the quarterback, to knock that ball loose.
Well, that thing squirted out of his hands. I mean, whoever it hit him, the ball bounced out a good 5-10 yards away, and there was nobody back there but Buckeyes. And like I said, Donovan Ross picks the ball up at around about the 23-yard line, scampers on in for the first score of the evening, as the Buckeyes line up for a 2-point conversion.
They will line up for the 2-point conversion. Hunter Edwards at quarterback, and Edwards will keep it himself after faking it to Mount, and Edwards will take it in for the 2-point conversion.
Nice little dance move, dance step by Hunter Edwards as he's coming around the right-hand side to be able to sidestep the would-be tackler and dances on into the end zone, puts the Buckeyes up 8-0 early here in the second quarter.
And we'll take a 60-second timeout. Jeremy Warren will kick it away for Nelsonville-York. Buckeyes with a big defensive touchdown. Buckeyes knocked the ball loose out of the hands of quarterback Andy Long.
And Donovan Ross, number 20 for the Buckeyes defensively, picks it up and scampers in for 23 yards.
Jeremy Warren ready for the approach. He does approach and kicks. It's a little squib kick to this side, and an up man for the Vikings will cover it up at the Vinton County 45-yard line.
Number 56 very alertly just grabbed the ball and went straight to the ground as he was one of the front-line men, Zach Stully. And that gives the Vinton County Vikings their best field position starting here this evening, as they started at their 33 and then started at their own 19. This will be their third offensive series, starting at their own 45.
First and 10 Vikings. Again, Andy Long at quarterback. He's thrown for 538 yards on the season and 4 touchdowns. He's also rushed for 427 yards.
Trying to spread the Buckeyes out as they got 2 wideouts to the right and 2 to the left. Ousley in the backfield on his own.
Option play, it's pitched out to Ousley on the right side, and he's going to be upended after a gain of 2 out to the 47.
Good pursuit out around the left-hand side that time by Eli Fox, but I believe that to be Bryson Nungaster coming up to make the hit.
And it's just a gain of 1. They spot it back at the 46-yard line.
Long looked like he tried to hold that ball long enough to pull the defense his way and give the ball to Ousley when he had some opening, but didn't quite get to that point, as the referees are getting together on something out here in the field before we move on.
Now the head official talking to Vinton County. It's 2nd down and 9 for the Vikings. Again, no flags were down on the play.
Nope, he just talked to the huddle and then he said something to the sideline and go back to playing ball.
11:20 to play in the first half. Buckeyes up 8-0. Vinton County with a 2nd down and 9 on their own 46-yard line, out of an I formation with the receivers split out on each side. And the handoff goes to the tailback. I believe it's J.T. Hayes, fighting for some yardage, but finding little. He'll pick up a couple, and it'll bring up 3rd and 7.
J.T. Hayes gets about 3 yards, like you said, and brought down by Noah Andrews, but the play's really made by the defensive end, number 54, Eli Fox. Defensively for the Buckeyes, as J.T. Hayes was trying to get to the left-hand corner because that was the wide side of the field for them. They were lined up on the right hash marks. Couldn't get there, close it off, had to turn it up inside, and the Buckeyes bring him down.
3rd down and about 6. Long throws to the left side. It is caught by a receiver. Makes a man miss, and then he's tackled about 2 yards shy of a first down. They need to get to the 45, and they're about 1.5 yards shy of it.
Number 85 on
45.
85 on the catch, Devin Hall that time, as he was, like you said, he made Jeremy Warren kind of miss the corner, but real quickly you had the safety, Cannon Kilbarger, in the end. Eli Fox coming out there to make a big play and stop him just shy of the first down.
So 4th down and about 1.5 yards for Vinton County. They need 1.5 yards to get the first down. Ball resting inside the Buckeye 47-yard line. They will go for it. Andy Long will be under center. The receiver split out on each side. Now a flag comes in. And
delay of game.
But Vinton County gets the timeout right before the delay of game penalty.
They were quick on the sidelines. Nice job by the defense or the coaching staff of the Vikings to catch that and get that timeout in time.
Timeout Vikings. We'll take a 30-second timeout.
Yeah. Hope to see you there.
So Vinton County facing a 4th down and about 1.5 yards to go. Vinton County gets a timeout right before the delay of game penalty.
9 minutes, 51 seconds to play here in the second quarter. Buckeyes lead 8-0 on a defensive touchdown by the Buckeyes, but the Vikings consistently have been able to move the ball. They've just had a hard time holding on to the ball towards the end of their series. They've actually 2 out of their 3 series have ended in fumbles.
So Vinton County lining up to go for it. They need 1.5 yards. The receiver split out on each side, but of course the Vikings will probably keep it on the ground. Now a flag comes in. We have a legal procedure on Vinton County, so let's see if this will change the thinking of head coach Chesty Burleson. Now brings up a 4th and 6 back in Vinton County territory around the 48.
Well, as strong as the Vikings have been running the ball up the middle, I would almost say they felt almost guaranteed to be able to get their 1.5 yards, as they had Ousley and Max Ward both in the backfield, both been running strong and trying to find a way to get that first down. But like you said, they put themselves in a position by getting that 5-yard penalty, backing it up, and it looks like the Vikings are going to punt the ball back over to the Buckeyes with Jeremy Warren back to receive the ball. He's standing inside his 20.
Zach Stully will kick it away. Nice snap. Eli Fox providing some pressure for the Buckeyes, but he gets it off. It takes a Vinton County bounce after hitting at the 24, and the Vikings will down it inside the 15 and close to the 10. It looks like around the 11-yard line.
That'll be excellent field position if you're a Viking. Defensively, that'll be the toughest field position as the Buckeyes on their third offensive series. They started out with the ball on the 32, then on the 33, and now they're starting out on their own 11-yard line.
9:38 to play before halftime here at Boston Field. Nelsonville-York 8, Vinton County 0. Buckeyes 1st and 10 on their own 11. Hunter Edwards at quarterback, and the Buckeyes will split out. Walker Elliott wide right, Jeremy Warren wide left. Nelsonville-York out of the eye.
Vikings stacked real tight inside there to stop the run.
Hand off to Alex Mount, and he'll take it out to about the 15-yard line as he picks up 4 yards.
Brought down on the play by the Vikings, number 57, Dylan Crisp.
Dylan Crisp, number 57 on the stop, along with Max Ward, or JT Hayes, number 10 on the stop that time for the Vikings defensively. But again, the defense of the Vikings almost look like they're going to say, we're going to dare you Buckeyes to try to continue to run up the middle, as they're just really clogging up the center of the line right now and try to force the Buckeyes to do something different.
2nd down and about 6 for Nelsonville-York. Just inside their own 15-yard line. Hunter Edwards out of the shotgun. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left.
3 to the right, which is the short side of the field.
And Edwards will run it to the left side, and he'll take it out to the 20-yard line.
About a yard shy of the first down.
Buckeyes need to get to the 21 for that first down. It'll bring up 3rd and 1.
You know, throughout the season, we've watched the Buckeyes take chances on short situations like this to be a 2-down type of situation to try to use a 3rd and a 4th. But when you're inside your 20, I don't think we're going to be seeing that here. Buckeyes need to try to get a first down to maintain this drive.
3rd and 1 at the 19. Hunter Edwards under center. Walker Elliott goes in motion left. And the handoff will be to Noah Andrews, and he's going to have the first down as he takes it out to about the 25-yard line as he picks up 5.
Noah Andrews powering over the right-hand side. Looked like that was designed to go to the left, but Noah makes a quick adjustment in the backfield as he recognizes the defense of the Vikings just bottled that side of it up, but then he finds his way through the right-hand side of the line and bounces up for a first down at the 25, almost to the 26.
Jason Talbot coming in with the Buckeye play on 1st down and 10. Nelsonville-York on their own 26.
And the Vikings again go into that 6-man front.
Hunter Edwards at quarterback. Jeremy Warren in motion left. And handoff comes to this side at Alex Mount, and he is hit immediately after taking that handoff from Hunter Edwards and dropped for a 2-yard loss back at the 24.
Number 33, Oosley in on the stop, along with 57 defensively that time for the Vikings. Dylan Crisp again.
Also 2 on the play.
2-yard loss that time as the Buckeyes get backed up, and the Vikings again really honing in on strong. That center of the field, not allowing the Buckeyes to try to run right up the middle right now.
2nd down and 12 for the Buckeyes.
That
2 receivers split out on each side for Nelsonville-York as Edwards goes out of the shotgun with Noah Andrews standing beside him in the backfield.
So the Buckeyes try to do the same thing as the Vikings, spread that defense out a little bit, get some room to run the ball.
And a flag comes in, and we're going to have delay of game on Nelsonville-York.
Nobody from the sideline quick enough to call the timeout like the Vikings were just a little bit ago, as we've got 7 minutes to play here in the second quarter. The Buckeyes lead 8-0, and that's on a defensive touchdown for the Buckeyes.
So Buckeyes now, after the 5-yard mark-off, will have a 2nd down and 17 back on their own 19-yard line.
Again, those of you just joined us here on 107.7, welcome to the Nelsonville-York Buckeyes, hosting the Vinton County Vikings, where the Buckeyes are in all brown top to bottom and the Vikings are in all white.
Buckeyes out of the eye, a receiver on each side. Edwards at quarterback. And he rolls to the left looking to throw, does so, and it's caught by Kenan Kilbarger out at the 28-yard line. So the Buckeyes get a good chunk of that yardage back, and it'll bring up 3rd down and about 8 for Nelsonville-York.
Gets about 11 yards on the carry, or on the pass.
Buckeyes with a 3rd and 8. They spotted at the 28 of the Buckeyes. Clock running, 6:35 to play before halftime. Nelsonville-York up 8-0 over Vinton County. Buckeyes will split out a receiver to each side, out of the eye.
Clock continues March down is at 6.5 minutes
Edwards
now.
back to pass, and he'll throw it out to Alex Mount on the left side, but Vinton County had it covered. Now bring him down after a gain of 1.
J.T. Hayes, and I'm trying to pick up the other number coming out over there, is number 56 defensively, Zach Stully. Both of those individuals right on top of that play, and like you said, get about 1 yard out of that one.
So the Buckeyes will have a 4th and 7, and Jeremy Wareham will punt it away. Buckeyes on their own 29. Nate Schrader back deep for Vinton County.
Referees call a referee timeout here as one of the backmen, number 58 for the Vikings, needed to tie his shoe and get things knotted up a little bit better. Wesley Yours back there.
4th and 7, Buckeyes on their own 29. Jeremy Wareham will punt it away. Nate Schrader back deep, standing on the Vinton County 40. Nice snap, and Wareham gets it away. A low liner up the field, takes a Buckeye bounce and roll, picked up by Schrader back at the 38. Comes to the left side, and he'll run out of bounds at the Viking 45-yard line.
Nate Schrader on the return.
So 6:06 to play in the second quarter. Vinton County down 8-0 to Nelsonville-York, and they'll have a 1st and 10 on their own 45.
Again, that's where they started the ball last time. As the Buckeyes were able to bottle them up and stop them last time on the defensive side of the series.
Trimble Tomcats 7, the Southern Tornadoes 7.
Trimble 7, Southern 7 in the first quarter over at Gloucester Stadium.
You know, we talked about there's 2 other big games in the area. If you're sitting at home and you're not sure what you want to do, you've got here Nelsonville-York Buckeyes and the Vinton County Vikings.
Andy Long hands it off on the left side. Ousley will take it out to midfield before he's brought down. The ball didn't come out, but they're going to rule him down right at the 50.
Jason Riffle wrestled him to the ground right at the 50-yard line that time.
Pick up a 5 for the Vikings. We're to bring up 2nd and 5.
So I was starting to say, if you're wanting to get out and do something, you've got the Trimble Tomcats and the Racine Southern over in Gloucester this evening, knotted up 7-7. Those 2 teams playing for big playoff implications out there. Trimble is 2nd in the region, and Racine's 4th in the region.
2nd down and 5 for Vinton County right at midfield. Andy Long under center, quarterback hands it off to Ousley, and he's met right at the line of scrimmage and driven back.
Noah Andrews read that one perfectly, saw him trying to come up through that hole, and like you said, not only did he hit him, he stopped him cold in his tracks. Defensive play, nice job by Noah Andrews out there, a freshman that's been playing strong defensive ball for the Buckeyes all season long.
Now Southern leads Trimble 14-7.
So we've got a new update. Southern Racine on top of the Tomcats 14-7. And here we're sitting at home with the Buckeyes up 8-0, 4:49 to play in the first half.
3rd and 5, Andy Long back to pass. He's hit as he releases, and it is incomplete. The receiver got his hands on the ball down at the Buckeye 21, but it falls incomplete.
That's one of those situations as it was over his right shoulder and he was looking for it over his left shoulder. And as he's running down the sideline, it's hard to make those adjustments when you're looking for the ball in one area. He does try to come back. He gets his body in position, but he's not able to corral the ball and bring it in. And the Vikings are forced to punt the ball back over to the Buckeyes.
Cannon Kilbarger and Billy Seal in coverage for Nelsonville-York on that last pass. 4th and 5 for the Vikings right at the 50, and they will punt it away.
4:39 to play here in the first half. The Buckeyes lead 8-0. Going to be getting the ball back.
Zach Stolly will punt. Nice snap. He gets it away, and Jeremy Wareham will take it on the fly at the 16. Breaks a tackle. Tries to get away from another Viking, but he falls down right around the Buckeye 21.
Nice coverage by the Vikings that time as the Buckeyes got real close into trying to block that punt, and downfield J.T. Hayes makes the stop before Jeremy Wareham can spin away and try to get any positive yards.
Hunter Edwards jogging back onto the field at quarterback for Nelsonville-York. Buckeyes 1st and 10 on their own 21-yard line. 4 minutes, 29 seconds to play in the second quarter. Nelsonville-York leading Vinton County 8-0.
And in the way of field position, the Vikings are winning that right now. They've had their last 2 starts at the 45-yard line.
Edwards hands it off to Alex Mount, and he'll take it out to the 23 as he picks up 2.
And the Buckeyes, on the other hand, have started the ball at their own 11 and now the 21-yard line. So the field position in favor of the Vikings right now. as it looks like the Buckeyes are going to call a timeout and see what they can do to maybe beef up the line a little bit here and try to get some things moving, as their offense has kind of sputtered over the last couple series and not been able to really move the ball effectively like they started in the very beginning of the ball game.
So we'll take a 30-second break. Timeout, Nelsonville-York. So we're back here at Boston Field, and we just received an update. Athens 7, Meg 7. So good one going on down at Athens and over at Gloucester Stadium.
Well, you got Racine over Gloucester 14-0. You got the Megs Marauders and the Athens Bulldogs tied up 7-7. And here you've got the Buckeyes up 8-0 with 4 minutes to play in the first half. You got tight ball games all around the area.
2nd and 8, Nelsonville-York. Hunter Edwards out of the shotgun. Jeremy Warren in motion to the right. Edwards will run it himself up the middle of the field, and he'll take it out to the 32-yard line, a quarterback draw, and Edwards picks up about 9 yards and a Buckeye first down.
Looked like he was going to be tripped up behind or right at the line of scrimmage, but somehow he finds a way to squirt through there, and then he's brought down by Todd Wallingford, number 5, and J.T. Hayes again out there defensively for the Vikings. But not until the freshman quarterback is able to find a way to get the first down.
Buckeyes 1st and 10 on their own 32, 3:50 to play, clock running here in the second quarter. Buckeyes 2 receivers on each side, and now we have a whistle and timeout Nelsonville-York. So the Buckeyes leading 8-0, 3:43 to play before halftime, and we'll take a 60-second break. 3:43 to play in the second quarter here at Boston Field, and the Buckeyes up 8-0. Nelsonville-York with a first down and 10 on their own 32-yard line, and the Buckeyes use their second timeout of the first half.
Boy, and we can't talk about it enough, Jim. Not only this game is a nice, tight ball game, but we've talked about the other games in the area and the implications going into the playoffs. You've got the Bulldogs down in Athens hosting the Megs Marauders. Both teams, you know, Athens is looking to solidify a home field type situation in the playoffs. The Marauders are sitting at number 9 right now in their region, trying to find a way to get into the playoffs. They're tied up 7-7.
Buckeyes 2 receivers split out to each side. First down and 10 on their own 32-yard line. Hunter Edwards out of the shotgun. Walker Elliott in motion to the left side. Edwards takes a snap, option play to the right, pitches it out to Alex Mount, but Vinton County in pursuit, and Mount will pick up 1 yard out to the 33-yard line, but that'll be all.
But defensively for the Vikings, nice job on the end that time, not allowing Mount to even get to the outside. He's almost immediately, as soon as he gets the pitch, has to turn the ball upfield. Brought down out there, I believe, by number 43 of the Vikings and number 57. 57's Dylan Crisp, we've talked about him a few times, and number 43, Levi Thompson for the Vikings.
Buckeyes 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Edwards out of the shotgun. Second down and 9 on their own 33, and Edwards will run it on a quarterback draw, but Vinton County looking for it, and Edwards brought down at the 30. That will be a 3-yard loss.
Brought down on the play by J.T. Hayes.
J.T. Hayes is in on the stop again, they're saying. But it looked to me like 43 again. Levi Thompson was the first one to hit him, and then 57 brought him down, Dylan Crisp.
30-yard line.
So the Buckeyes 3rd down and 12, back on their own 30. 2 minutes, 38 seconds to play in the first half. Clock is running. The Buckeyes up 8. The receivers split out wide on each side. Nelsonville-York out of the eye. Hunter Edwards under center this time. Back to pass, looking to throw. Does so to Noah Andrews. He crosses the 30, but he'll be brought down right around the 32-yard line, and the Buckeyes will have to punt on 4th down and 10.
So they'll be punting the ball back over. At this time is only 2 yards on that offensive pass play by the Buckeyes. Is great coverage by the Vikings defense. They weren't really fooled that much at all. They were watching for that screenplay as the Buckeyes line up to kick the ball back over to the Vikings with 2:20 to play here in the first half.
Jeremy Warren punts it away. Nate Schrader back deep. Nice punt by Warren, backing Schrader all the way back to the Vinton County 30. He runs to the right, and Jacob Talbert will knock him down at the 40. A flag comes in, lands on the Vinton County 45-yard line. So let's see if we have an illegal block in the back on the Vikings.
Boy, Schrader did a nice job just to be able to reel that ball in. That's probably the best kick we've seen out of Jeremy Warren all season long, as he put the ball in the air, got some nice height on it, got nice distance. As you said, Schrader picked the ball out of the air at about the 30-yard line, run it back to the 40 before he's brought down by Jake Talbert of the Buckeyes coverage team. And now we've got to wait and see what the laundry on the field was for here.
It is a legal block in the back on Vinton County. There were actually two of them, two illegal blocks in the back, so the Buckeyes decline one and take the other.
It's because it's a foul from the, or it's a yardage mark off from the spot of the foul, so they took the one that's the farther back and back the Vikings up inside their own 30-yard line. So Schrader catches the ball at the 30, carries it back out to the 40, and now they're starting back at their own 30. Down by 8, 2:09 to play here in the first half. The Vikings have 70 yards to go to try to even the score up here before halftime.
Two receivers to the left, and Andy Long rolls to the left side looking to throw. He's hit as he releases, and the ball will just wobble out to the Viking 43 and fall incomplete.
I'm not sure if that was Jay Elliott or Riffle. I believe that might have been Elliott coming in that time and just blew his blocker out of the way and then hit Long as Long was trying to put the ball up. Long is extremely fortunate that ball wasn't intercepted because it was a lame duck just floating around up there for a while.
So second down and 10 for the Vikings on their own 30-yard line. 2 minutes, 3 seconds to play before halftime. Vinton County splitting out two receivers to the right, two to the left. And a pistol look as Andy Long takes a snap, looking to throw, and he'll dump it off over the middle, a screen play. Ousley with it, crosses the 40. He's got a first down, breaks a tackle into Nelsonville-York territory. Buckeyes trying to bring him down, but he's 10-5, and it's a touchdown, Vinton County.
What a huge play by the Vikings. A great play call by the coaching staff of the Vikings as they had been paying attention to the defensive line of the Buckeyes, who had been getting a lot of pressure into the backfield, and they took advantage of that by saying, let those guys come through. We're going to trust Long's going to get rid of the ball quick enough, and when he did, he dropped that right over. There was 5 defensive players by the Buckeyes into the backfield. He drops it over their heads, and Ousley catches the ball and has nothing but white jerseys to block a wedge way all the way downfield for him.
So Vinton County will go for 2 to try to tie this game up. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Long. Option play, keeps it himself. And let's see if he got in, waiting for the officials to make a call.
I thought the second effort might have got him in as he turned and leaned in.
And they say he is in for the 2-point conversion. So delayed call, but he does get it in. Andy Long does on the option play. So with 1:48 to play before halftime, it's Nelsonville-York 8 and Vinton County 8. And we'll take a 30-second timeout. So Vinton County has tied the game up here at Boston Field at 8 apiece. Vinton County getting an offensive touchdown. Of course, Nelsonville-York scoring first by way of the defense.
I was just getting ready to say this game is all about the defense, as both offenses seem to be starting to sputter out there, and the defenses were taking control of the ball game. But again, it's just a great play call, a very aware play call by the coaching staff of the Vikings as they were paying attention and seeing that the defensive line of the Buckeyes getting great pressure on the quarterback. We're moving into the backfield, and very alertly they just pull Long back there. They put Ousley right around him, and they just allow all the Buckeyes defense to come in there, dump it over their heads, and he had nothing but blockers out in front of him.
Lane Sharp, and now another
squib kit
player for Vinton County will actually kick the ball instead of Sharp, but the Buckeyes do cover it up back on their own 45. So Nelsonville-York with great field position.
Excellent awareness by number 62, Mr. Carter out there. That's one of those. That's one of those Matt Carter fumbles that or just doesn't handle that cleanly, and the Vikings set themselves up to try to move the ball again, but instead does a great job of covering the ball up. And the Buckeyes start out with their best field position of the evening on their own 45-yard line with 1:47 to go. We've got a tied-up ball game, 8-8.
Buckeyes 3 receivers split out wide right, 2 to the left. Hunter Edwards out of the shotgun. Buckeyes on their own 45. He takes a snap. Edwards looking to throw. So, and it's caught by Jeremy Warren for a gain of 7 to the Vinton County 48-yard line.
Jeremy Warren is the one that he connects with to get the 7 yards, like you said. But he had wide open receivers all over the place that time. That is, Hunter is now 4 of 4 in the air, into 4 different receivers at this point, but he had wide open players to look for in a couple different situations. Here with 1:18 to play, now minute 17, the Buckeyes trying to move down quickly.
2nd and 3, Buckeyes 2 receivers on each side. Edwards will throw, a little slant caught by Jeremy Warren down to the Vinton County 36.
Quickly brought down out there by defensive number 5, Todd Wallingford, for the Vikings, and had he not brought him down, there was no safeties lined up that time for the Vikings defensively. He would have gone for quite a while.
First down and 10, Buckeyes at the Viking 36. Clock running at 1 minute to play in the first half. We're tied at 8. 2 receivers on each side once again. Hunter Edwards takes a snap, looking to throw, and he'll throw long on the right side towards Warren, but it's going to fall incomplete. Down around the Viking 10-yard line.
First incomplete pass of the ball game for Hunter, as he's now 5 of 6 from the passing side of the game, but that does stop the clock, gives the Buckeyes a little bit of time to kind of regroup and figure out exactly which way they want to go or what they need to do, as it's now set with 49 seconds to play here in the first half, and the Buckeyes trying to put the ball in the air and move downfield quickly to try to get the advantage back before halftime.
2nd and 10 at the Viking 36. Buckeyes 3 receivers on the left, 2 on the right. Hunter Edwards out of the shotgun. Play clock down to 1, and
I believe a timeout was called on.
The Buckeyes do use their final timeout. They get it right before the delay of game penalty.
So, you know, the whole half is played on the ground. Everybody's running the ball and trying to move the ball effectively on the ground, and the defense of the Buckeyes come away with the first score, and then now all of a sudden, now in the last 2 minutes of the half, everything just has exploded in the air. You know, the Vikings strike first with the screen play right over the middle for a 70-yard touchdown play, and then they tie it up with a 2-point conversion, and now the Buckeyes come out with starting with the ball with about 1:20 to go here in the first half, and they've been putting the ball efficiently in the air to this point. And one of the things that you're noting on the defensive side of the ball for the Vikings, they're on their heels a little bit. When we're spreading them out, and they're putting 2 wideouts to the right on the short side of the field, and the Buckeyes are sending 3 wideouts to the left on the wide side of the field, and when they're doing that, the Vikings are getting away from having a safety at all and bringing everybody basically within 5 yards of the ball. And if you can get a wide receiver or your tight end to just break through that original 5 yards, the first 5 yards, and get out ahead of their defender, then you've got a wide open green field to run through. And that's what the Buckeyes are looking for, trying to move this in the air right now.
Buckeyes take back to the field. 2nd down and 10 at the Vinton County 36-yard line. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Hunter Edwards out of the shotgun. Takes a snap, looking left. Now he'll throw long on the left side, and it falls incomplete. Nearly picked off by Vinton County as the Buckeye receivers slipped to the ground, and a Viking tried to make a play on it for an interception, but it falls incomplete.
Jeremy Warren was the intended receiver out that way, and I believe that to be number 85, Devin Hall, that almost was able to bring that ball in. Defensively, he was the closest player to get into that one.
So the Buckeyes 3rd and 10 at the Viking 36, 44 seconds to play in the second quarter. And Vinton County will have the ball to begin the second half. Hunter Edwards out of the shotgun, looking to throw. Now he'll throw long on the left side once again, has a man open, and it is caught now at the 10-5. Let's see if he got in. I think he's out of bounds.
We got a flag back at the line of scrimmage, Jim.
And it's holding on Nelsonville-York. So the Buckeyes complete the pass down to the 2-yard line of Vinton County with 36 seconds to play in the first half, but it's coming back.
What a huge play that the Buckeyes put the ball in the air, and Jeremy Warren gets to the ball somehow. Great defense positioning out there by the Vikings corner that time, but unable to stop the play as the awareness of Jeremy to keep an eye on the ball and great concentration to bring that ball in, and gets into the end zone, which would be a would-be touchdown to give them the lead. However, penalty called against the Vikings, or the Buckeyes back them up. I thought they said holding, Jim, but they've backed them up about 20 yards, didn't they?
It must have been holding deep in the Buckeye backfield. Nelsonville-York now back on their own 45. They have to get to the Vinton County 26 for a first down. It's 3rd and about 39. Alex Mount in motion to this side. Hunter Edwards takes the snap, and he'll run a quarterback draw. looking for a place to go. Vinton County all over it. And Edwards will go down for a 1-yard loss back at the 44-yard line. Clock running at 23 seconds to play.
Ousley finally brings him down as Hunter was just scrambling all over the place trying to find somewhere to go.
And so now Vinton County will take a timeout. They want to force the Buckeyes to kick the ball with 21 seconds to play in the first half, and we're tied at 8. We'll take a 30-second timeout. So the Buckeyes facing 4th down and long back on their own 44. Again, they would have to get to the Vinton County 26-yard line for a first down. It's 4th down and about 30. And the Buckeyes will punt it away. Jeremy Warren will do the punting, and Nate Schrader back deep for Vinton County, standing at the Viking 25. Jeremy Warren gets it away.
Short snap, but he did a nice job to reel that ball in and get a good kick off.
And the Vikings let it roll, nearly hit Schrader, and the Buckeyes will pick it up just in case it did, but the official said no, it did miss Schrader as he tried to get out of the way of it.
Number 11, Billy Seal, right there on the awareness there, but that's one of those situations as a coach, you're going to tell Schrader, just get out of the way. He stepped away from that ball, but, you know, the one thing that you can't count on from a football is to expect which way it's going to roll, Jim. That thing's not round, and it will take some weird hops. That could have very easily hit him in the shin. And had that happened, Billy Seal would have been walking in for the Buckeyes defense, or defensive touchdown. But as it stands with 11 seconds to play here in the first half, the Buckeyes 8, Vinton County 8. Vinton County will have the ball on their own 17-yard line.
And you'd think Vinton County wouldn't try to do much with it. They have the ball coming out to begin the third quarter. And it's back to pass. Andy Long being rushed. He'll run it on the left side, crosses the 20, the 25, and then scamper out of bounds at the 29-yard line with 4.3 seconds to play in the second quarter.
So he'll get about 12 yards on the carry that time.
So barring penalty, this will be the final play. But we have an illegal block in the back on Vinton County. I did not see that flag.
I never saw a flag myself. I was marking a stat down and looked back up, and they're marching the other direction on us.
So they spot it back at the Viking 19-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 8 with 4.3 seconds to play in the second quarter. Andy Long jogs in from the sideline after talking to the coach and the quarterback for the Vikings. He relays the message in the huddle. Vikings break huddle, and it's 1st and 8 for Vinton County on their own 19 with just 4.3 seconds to play in the second quarter. And a quick pass out to Ward on the left side, and he'll take it out to the 30-yard line, but that is the final play of the first half. At halftime here at Boston Field, it's Nelsonville-York 8 and Vinton County 8. Then we'll take a timeout.
Introducing the most dangerous band in Athens County. It's the pride of the Buckeyes, the Nelsonville-York High School Marching Band. clarinet, Michaela Brown. On trumpet, Kinsey Warren. On trombone, Audrey. And on tenors, Jesse Howdyshell. Let's hear it one more time for the pride of the Buckeyes, the Nelsonville-York High School Marching Band, and for the graduating class of 2014.
And we're back at Boston Field, about ready for the second half to get underway. Again, Vinton County will be receiving the ball to begin the third quarter of play.
Welcome back here to Boston Field. At halftime, the Buckeyes and the Vikings knotted up 8-8 as the Buckeyes were able to put a defensive score up on the board to take the lead early in the second quarter, only to see the Vikings strike back with the biggest offensive play on the evening on either side of the ball on either side of the team with a 70-yard screen play. Then they were able to get their two-point conversion to work for them, and that, as you said, they knotted it up 8-8. And the Buckeyes will be kicking off to the Vikings to start the second half.
We'd also like to mention the Nelsonville-York Lady Buckeye volleyball team will be playing for a district championship tomorrow evening down at Waverly High School at 6 p.m. They'll play Adina, Nelsonville-York a 1 seed, Adina a 2 seed. Nelsonville-York for the second straight year trying to win the district championship. They won their first district title last year. So everybody get out and support the Lady Buckeyes again down at Waverly tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. Jeremy Warren will kick it away to begin the second half. He approaches in the kick, a little squib kick up the field, taken at the 27-yard line. And the return man takes it to the right side, crosses the 40, the 45, and takes it into Buckeye territory at about the 48-yard line. So a nice return, and that was number 85 on the return for Vinton County.
Looked like T.J. Warren did not stop that time for the Buckeyes, but that was Mr. Devin Hall. Got a nice end around the right side that time. Picked up that little squib kick from Jeremy as the Vikings are moving from right to left here starting in the third quarter. Again, the Vikings all in white, the Buckeyes in all brown top and bottom. And the Vikings start out at the second half with great field position as they continued to just dominate the field position situation in the first half.
First down to 10 Vikings. They spotted at the Buckeye 47. Andy Long at quarterback. Man in motion comes to the left side. Handoff goes to big number 43 again, Levi Thompson, and the Buckeyes right there this time. A gain of 1 to the 46, and then he's driven backwards.
Well, I want to say Billy Seal, number 11, was the first one to hit him, and then the Buckeyes came over there. Jake Talbert coming on strong.
And a holding on Vinton County. So the Buckeyes take the penalty. It'll be marked back at the Vinton County 43. And Vinton County will get first down all over again. It'll be 1st and 20.
On the Viking 43-yard line.
Neither team scored in the first quarter, and then each team putting up 8 in the second quarter. And that's where we're at right now as we begin the third quarter of play. Receiver on each side, 1st and 20 for Vinton County. Long throws a slant, but it's overthrown, incomplete. But Buckeyes with pretty good coverage by Jeremy Warren.
Number 20, Max Ward, out there as the intended receiver but it was quite a bit higher than he was even able to get up to. You know, number 20 out there, they've got him listed at 6'3", and he went up out in the air pretty good distance, and he wasn't able to find a way to bring that one in.
Second down and 20 for the Vikings on their own 43-yard line. Now the I formation, a receiver on each side, Andy Long under center, and he'll hand it off to the tailback. And again, that's number 43 rumbling with it, Levi Thompson, and he'll pick up about 5 yards.
Noah Andrews is the first one to hit him, and then Neil Pauly brings him down for the Buckeyes defensively.
Brings up third down and about 15 for Vinton County, just inside their own 49-yard line.
Nice third down situation if you're a Buckeye defensively. If you're a Viking, you want to try to get some big yardage out of this to see if you can put yourself into maybe a 4th and short.
Vikings with the receiver on each side. Andy Long under center. Option play. He pitches it out. And on the move on the left side is Thompson, and he's going to have a Vinton County first down at the Buckeye 34.
Wow, huge play that time as Long holds onto the ball just long enough and then pitches the ball out to Thompson out on the left-hand side. And he had a big running room. He's brought down by Cannon Kilbarger coming up from the safety position, but not until he gets about 17 positive yards on that one.
Just informed, Athens 34, Meg 7. So the Bulldogs pulling away in that one at Athens High School. First down and 10, Vinton County at the Buckeye 35. Long will hand it off, and that will go to J.T. Hayes on the right side, and he'll take it inside the Buckeye 30 to about the 28-yard line, gain of about 7.
Well, and again, the Vikings just continue to bring different fresh legs on the side of the ball where they're handing it off. They're handing it off, again, 5 different individuals carrying the ball, and they're doing a nice job of distributing it to keep people fresh. As Levi Thompson doing a lot of the work here early in this drive and now isn't even in the backfield.
Second and 3 at the Buckeye 28. Long rolls to the left. On play action, he will run with it. Takes it inside the 25 and is run out of bounds right around the 23-yard line. That's a Vinton County first down.
Well, he'll get the first down as Donovan Ross runs him out of bounds, but the Vikings seem to have been playing a little bit more of an up-tempo defense or offense also here starting out the second half, as they're coming to the line quickly and getting things moving in a positive direction real quickly, and they're having a little more success right now. They're finding a way to get around the left-hand side, outside, and get some of their speed into the open field.
First and 10 at the Buckeye 23. Hand off to the first man through for Vinton County. A gain around 3 yards to the Buckeye 20.
I believe that was Ousley, number 33 on the carry that time.
Tim Ousley was the ball carrier for the Vikings. Second down and 7 for Vinton County. Clock running, 9:23 to play in the third quarter. Buckeyes 8, Vikings 8. But Vinton County driving. They have it at the Buckeye 20, second down and 7.
I believe that was Jason Riffle and Jay Elliott in on the stop that time for the Buckeyes.
Receiver split out on each side, out of the eye. Andy Long at quarterback under center. Pitches it out on the right side. He pitches it out to Nate Schrader. A flag comes in. Schrader still moving, takes it inside the 10 to the 9, but again, we probably have a hold on Vinton County.
Yeah, I believe actually Eli Fox, number 54, coming around off the defensive end position, had nice position to try to make a play on Schrader on that far side. And he was held as he was coming around that end that time. But I tell you what, you got to respect the speed of that Schrader. You know, you got the power running of Ousley and Levi Thompson, and even J.T. Hayes is more of a bit more of a power runner. When they give it to Schrader, little number 12 out there, man, he's got a lot of speed looking to get to the outside. As we're 9 minutes now to play here in the third quarter, still knotted up 8-8.
So after the holding penalty, Vinton County now with a second and 18 back at the Buckeye 31-yard line. Andy Long under center at quarterback, a receiver on each side. He'll hand it off to Schrader, and Buckeyes right there and meet him at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
Brought down immediately by number 27, Jake Talbert, again on the stop defensively for the Buckeyes.
So third and 18 for Vinton County at the Buckeye 31.
Big defensive play that time for the Buckeyes. They've got to hold him. They had a third and long situation just a little bit ago, and they found a way to get Levi Thompson out to the left-hand side into a lot of free grass, and he was able to rumble for the first down, and the Vikings in another third and very long situation, third and 18 at the 31 of the Buckeyes.
Receiver split out on each side. The ball's loose as Andy Long takes the snap, and it looks like Vinton County covers it up back at the 33-yard line, a loss of 2.
Well, that ball scored it out. As soon as he snapped the ball, it was up in the air before anybody knew what was going on. Long was trying to figure out a way to put his hands on it and find a handle on that ball, as he does get a grasp of it. But like you said, they lose a couple yards on fumble recovery, and it'll be 4th and 21.
Vikings at the Buckeye 34-yard line. 7:35 to play third quarter. We're tied at 8. Looks like Vinton County will go for it. Of course, if you punt the ball and it goes in the end zone, you only pick up 14 yards, but it is a 4th and 21 for Vinton County.
Hey, quite honestly, the defense of the Vikings has been playing extremely well here this evening. You might as well continue to play that field position.
Pitch out
part
to
of
the left
game.
side. It's a
He's
halfback
throwing.
pass. And the pass is made by J.T. Hayes, but it falls incomplete down at the Buckeye 1-yard line. Buckeyes with a couple defenders on the play.
Not a bad play at all that time. Boy, he had a nice arm on him as J.T. Hayes puts the ball up in the air, but Jeremy Warren underneath, and then you had Cannon Kilbarger, the safety, coming across the top side right there defensively for the Buckeyes.
So Nelsonville-York holds on downs. They'll take over on their own 34-yard line. And 7:10 to play in the third quarter, and we're tied at 8. Hunter Edwards at quarterback for Nelsonville-York. The Buckeyes out of the eye with Noah Andrews, and fullback Alex Mount at tailback.
First offensive
all
series.
freshman backfield.
First offensive series for the Buckeyes here in the second half. Starting
Hand
out
off
at their own
Alex
33.
Mount, and he has a pretty nice hole where he'll pick up 5 yards out to the 39.
Brought down on the play by J.T. Hayes and Devlin Hall.
So the Buckeyes will have a second down and about 5. 6:50 to play in quarter number 3 here at Boston Field. Buckeyes 8, Vinton County 8.
Well, Alex Mount has carried the ball 10 times this evening for a total of 33 yards. Just has not been able to get to the sidelines to use his speed at all.
Hunter
This
Edwards
might be
pitches it out to Alex Mount. Mount breaks a couple tackles, and then he'll be taken down at the 45, but that's a Buckeye first down as he picks up 6 yards.
Ousley hits him first, number 33, and then 58 and 56 defensively. That time Wesley Yours and Zach Stully combined for the stop that time. That's exactly what I was starting to say, though. He's carried the ball 10 times, 33 yards. That's his first time he's carried the ball and got to the outside and had a little bit of freedom, and you can see that's where he can use his speed much more effectively.
First down and 10, Nelsonville-York on their own 45. Buckeyes in a power eye this time. Hunter Edwards under center at quarterback. Hand off Alex Mount, and the ball's loose. And Vinton County may have it, and they do at the Buckeye 47-yard line.
Huge turnover in the second half. I believe that to be number 20, Max Ward, coming up with the recovery. But again, that's just one of those unfortunate situations as a Buckeye, starting to move the ball a little more effectively and then cough the ball up. 6 minutes to play here in the third quarter. It's tied up 8-8, and the Vikings again starting on the Buckeye side of the field.
Walker Elliott doing all he could to save that possession for the Buckeyes. But Vinton County, they do recover the football. They have a 1st and 10 at the Nelsonville-York 47-yard line. Out of the I formation, a receiver on each side. Andy Long under center at quarterback. And it's play action. Nearly trips and falls. He'll throw long on the right side. And it is knocked away by Billy Seal down around the Buckeye 10.
Great closing speed by the cornerback for the Buckeyes. Billy Seal, number 11 out there, looked as though his man that he was defending, I believe number 5 out there, Todd Wallingford, had a little bit of a step on him. And while the ball was in the air, Billy did a nice job closing that gap and knocking that ball away.
Second down and 10, Vikings at the Buckeye 47. 5:57 to play third quarter. We're tied at 8. Once again, a receiver on each side for the Vikings, out of the eye. Pitch out goes on the right side to J.T. Hayes, trying to get the corner, but the Buckeyes are there. He'll get it back to the line of scrimmage, and that'll be it. It'll be 3rd and 10 for the Vikings.
Noah Andrews comes up and makes a big hit right at the line of scrimmage as Big Neil Pauly, number 76, was following behind him all the way from the line position. Got there right after Noah Andrews was able to hit him. And again, like you said, no gain on the play. The Vikings looking at 3rd and long.
3rd down and 10 at the Buckeye 47-yard line, Vinton County. Vikings with the receiver split out on each side once again. Out of the eye. Andy Long at quarterback. And he'll hand it off to the first man.
No, he kept it himself.
No, he did keep it himself around the right side. I thought he'd give it to Ousley. Now a flag comes in. We may have a late hit on Nelsonville-York after a gain of 5.
The Buckeyes make a great play on the far side over there to corral Long as he goes around the right-hand side.
And it is personal foul on Nelsonville-York. So the Vinton County was going to be facing a 4th and 5. But now, of course, that will be an automatic first down after the 15-yard penalty against Nelsonville-York.
Well, that's a huge penalty against the Buckeyes defense right there. As Long was out of bounds, it would have been turnover on downs. It would have been the Buckeyes ball going the other direction.
So 1st and 10 now at the Buckeye 27 for Vinton County. Out of the eye once again, a receiver on each side. Hand off to the first man through, and it's Ousley as he'll take it down to the Buckeye 22 on a gain of 5.
Brought down by Noah Andrews out there.
5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Clock is running. Buckeyes 8, Vikings 8. Second down in 5 for Vinton County. Inside the Buckeye 22.
Buckeyes defense has their back against the goal line now. They've got to figure out a way to stand tall here. It's 4 minutes, 40 seconds to go in the third quarter, tied up 8-8.
And Andy Long and the fullback ran into each other in the backfield, and that's going to be a loss back to the Buckeye 25, a loss of 3 yards, and it brings up 3rd and 8.
Boy, as soon as that happened, you had Jason Riffle blowing the play up, too. As soon as they ran into each other, had a little bit of a miscommunication in the backfield that time by the Vikings.
3rd and 8 for Vinton County at the Buckeye 25. Clock running, 4:10 to play third quarter. Again, Nelsonville-York 8, Vinton County 8. 3rd down and 8 for the Vikings. A receiver on each side, out of the eye. Once again, Andy Long under center at quarterback. Hands it off to the fullback, and the Buckeyes right there. A gain of 1 to the 24, and that's it. It'll bring up 4th and 7.
Jay Elliott and Jason Riffle again on the stop that time as J.T. Hayes tries to get through the line on the left-hand side, and he had nowhere to go.
4th down and 7 facing Vinton County. Clock running, 3.5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Ball at the Buckeye 24. Again, 4th and 7 as Vinton County breaks huddle. And, of course, they will be going for it.
Watch for Levi Thompson out of that tailback position. He's got a big, strong frame. Instead, they give it.
Long keeps it himself. Buckeyes right there, and Long will pick up a short gain, but not nearly enough. He picks up 2, but that'll be about 5 yards shy of a first down, and the Buckeye defense holds on downs.
Well, the Buckeye defense has really been tested here in the second half. The Vikings have started out the ball twice, both times starting at the 47-yard lines of the Buckeyes. The Buckeyes defense is able to put the stops on them and turn the ball back over to their offense both times with 3 minutes to play basically here in the third quarter. Tied up 8-8. The Buckeyes had the ball back at their own 21.
Buckeyes out of the power eye. Hunter Edwards hands it off to Noah Andrews, and he'll plunge out to the 23-yard line, close to the 24. We'll have to wait for the spot. Looks like it will be at the 24, so a gain of 3. It brings up 2nd and 7.
Hall on the tackle for Vinton County.
Hall on the tackle that time for the Vikings defensively, but right now both teams have to be watching the clock a little bit as this third quarter is quickly dwindling away from them.
Out of the eye, the Buckeyes pitch out to Alex Mount on the right side, crosses the 25, the 30, and taken down right around the 33. So a gain of 9 and a first down for Nelsonville-York.
Again, that's the pitch out to the right, allow Alex Mount to get some freedom and get some green grass out on the sideline. They used the wide side of the field that time as they're lined up on the left hash marks. Buckeyes again here in the third quarter moving left to right, dressed in all brown, the Vikings in all white. They finally used that wide side of the field again for Mount. As you said, gets 9 positive yards.
First down and 10 Buckeyes. Nelsonville-York on their own 33. Hunter Edwards under center. Walker Elliott goes in motion to the left side for Nelsonville-York.
And not
pitch out to Alex Mount on the left side,
nice
cuts
blocking.
It up, and then takes it back towards the outside, and he'll take it out to the 40-yard line, a gain of 7.
Nice blocking out that left-hand side of all the Buckeyes out there. And again, the Vikings on these obvious running situations when the Buckeyes come to the line in the certain formations that they're going to be running the ball a tight bunch and probably nobody out to the right or the left. The Vikings continue to line up in that 6-man front, 3 wide to the left and 3 wide to the right. And at this point, what's happening is those 6 men are opening up enough of the hole in the middle, and number 33, Ousley, is coming out of the linebacker position and almost being a 7-man front.
Buckeyes 2nd and 3 on their own 40. Hunter Edwards under center, and the handoff goes to Noah Andrews, and he's got a first down as he crosses the 45 to the 46 of Nelsonville-York.
Again, the Vikings are anticipating the run right now, basically playing a 7-man front as they're bringing Ousley out of that middle linebacker position and putting him on the line. And the Buckeyes offensive line just keeps finding a way to open up the holes. And Mount and Noah Andrews are putting up the positive yards, and they're moving the chains right now.
Buckeyes out of the eye. Receiver on the left side. Pitch goes to Alex Mount on the right side, looking for a lane, but he's brought down after a gain of 2.
I believe that to be Ousley and Thompson in on the stop that time for the Vikings, as we're under a minute to play here in the third quarter. Buckeyes and the Vikings still knotted up 8-8.
Third quarter just flying by. Of course, both teams mostly keeping it on the ground.
There's probably only been 3 pass plays the entire third quarter.
Buckeyes 2nd down and 8 on their own 48. Clock at 33 seconds. A receiver on each side. Nelsonville-York in an I formation. Hunter Edwards, play action, back to pass, looking to throw, throwing long on the right side towards Jeremy Ware, and he's got it at the 20, down to the 15, he's tackled at the 14.
37-yard pass play from Hunter Edwards out to Jeremy Warren. And really, Hunter just looked out there, saw that Jeremy has the speed to go out there. He just put the ball out there. Jeremy made a great adjustment in the field as he's running down the field. I mean, makes the adjustment, goes to the ball, comes up with a huge reception for the Buckeyes.
Clock running at 10 seconds. That will be the final play of the third quarter. We're tied at 8, but the Buckeyes driving. 1st and 10 at the Vinton County 14, and we'll take a 60-second timeout. So we're ready for the final 12 minutes of action here at Boston Field. We're tied at 8, and the Buckeyes, to begin the fourth quarter, will have a 1st and 10 at the Viking 14.
So they turn the field back around, and the Buckeyes moving right to left now, as you noted, inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Buckeyes.
Hunter Edwards under center at quarterback. Man in motion to the left side.
Hunter's a keeper.
And he'll take it on the right side, and he'll get it down to about the 11-yard line, a gain of 3.
Ousley makes the stop for the Vikings that time.
2nd down and about 7 for the Buckeyes.
Ball spotted on the Viking 12-yard line.
They spot it right around the 12, so call it 2nd and 8. Game tied at 8 apiece here at Boston Field on a chilly night in the Valley.
Yeah, we started out the season basically in shorts and T-shirts and sweating, and now we're sitting here trying to stay warm.
Pitch out on the left side, Alex Mount. Alex Mount at the 10, cuts it up, he's going to take it in for the score, Alex Mount.
Alex really read the blocking that time nicely, as you had excellent blocking out on the left-hand side. Noah Andrews coming out of the backfield along with the rest of the line on the left-hand side did an excellent job of opening up the hole. Alex does the right time, or cuts up the field just at the right time, and then actually still has to make a little slide move around the 5-yard line to continue on in. Touchdown for Alex Mount puts the Buckeyes up right now 14-8 as they line up for the 2-point conversion.
And obviously in a close game, the conversions also important. Buckeyes going for 2, out of the eye. Edwards hands it off to Mount, and he's going to take it in for the 2-point conversion.
Well, that's a huge 2-point conversion. That forces the Vikings, if they're able to even find the way back into the end zone, that they're going to have to try to match that 2-point conversion again. 11 minutes and 17 seconds to play in the ball game. The Buckeyes take a 16-8 lead.
And we'll take a 30-second timeout. Jeremy Warren will kick it away for the Buckeyes. Nelsonville-York gets the 8-point lead back.
After having their most successful drive of the evening, they have the ball for 8 plays, 79 yards, starting at their own 21 that time. Find a way to march all the way down the field and punch the ball in with a 12-yard run by Alex Mount.
Todd Wallingford back deep for Vinton County. To receive the kick, Jeremy Warren.
Usually does the squib. It's more important to watch those up men.
and he squibs it to the left side. It's covered up by a Viking at the 35 of Vinton County.
Number 16 covers it up very quickly. Bryce Martin out there for the Vikings to give them pretty decent field position as they'll mark it right at the 35-yard line.
Buckeyes coming into this game is the #1 defense as far as yards allowed in the Ohio Division of the TVC. And the Buckeyes leading 16-8 now with 11:16 to play in the fourth quarter.
This is the first time here in the second half that the Vikings have started on their own side of the field. They've had 2 offensive series thus far, starting both times at the Buckeyes 47.
And the ball's loose, and let's see who's got it.
I think the Vikings got it back, but Jason Riffle blew that play up.
He got Andy Long right as he dropped back with it, and the ball went flying.
Jason Riffle flew in there from the defensive line position and almost took the handoff. Vinton County did recover because the ball kind of squirted out of the hands of a Buckeye when they did try to cover it up, but Riffle blew that play up as we're now under 11 minutes to play and almost had a huge turnover, as the Vikings are very fortunate to hold on to the ball that time.
And not only fortunate to hold on the ball, but they pick up 2 yards on the play. It's 2nd down and 8 for Vinton County. Vikings on their own 38-yard line, out of the eye. Andy Long hands it off to the tailback. It's J.T. Hayes. And he breaks a couple tackles, still going. He's out at midfield, and that's where he's dropped. That will be a 1st down for Vinton County.
Finally brought down out there by Jay Elliott and Eli Fox. But some way he busts through and gets that out to the 50 for about a 13-yard gain.
10:22 to play in the fourth quarter. Buckeyes 16, Vikings 8.
Again, to set the stage, 10 minutes to play, 16-8. The Buckeyes are moving right to left. The Vikings have the ball right now, right at midfield, all in white, moving left to right.
Handoff goes to Ousley, the fullback, and he's met right at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
Neil Pauly and Jay Elliott were right there for him. He had nowhere to go. Dropped right there at the 50-yard line.
2nd down and 10 for Vinton County.
You know, the Buckeyes defense has been standing strong really well here in the second half. They have actually, it's been kind of that bend, don't break type of attitude here in the second half as they've allowed some movement from the offensive side of the ball of the Vikings, but then they've been able to shut them down when they needed to.
Vinton County 2nd and 10 right at the 50. A receiver on each side, out of the eye. Andy Long, the quarterback, under center. And he keeps it himself after faking it to Ousley, and he's got a 1st down at the Buckeye 38. Nice run by Andy Long, the quarterback.
Brought down by Donovan Ross that time as he was able to find his way through the initial defensive line of the Buckeyes. Somehow it looked like he was going to be wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage, but as he scored it through there, the Buckeyes were playing real tight up against the line that time, and when he bounced through, he had some clear running room as he gets out to the 36-yard line of the Buckeyes.
1st down and 10, Vinton County, 9 minutes, 8 seconds to play in the game, clock running. Nelsonville-York leading by 8. Once again, out of the eye, a receiver on each side for quarterback Andy Long. And a flag comes in. We may have delay of game. And it is delay of game on Vinton County.
You know, I've been talking about the balanced attack of the different running individuals here for the Vikings this evening. You've got 23 yards by Ousley. You've got 35 yards by J.T. Hayes, 36 yards by Long himself, and 37 by Levi Thompson. Again, you just got a multitude of individuals carrying the ball. No one person for the Buckeyes defense to key in on.
So now 1st and 15 for the Vikings at the Buckeye 41. Pitch out comes to the right side to Schrader. Buckeyes in pursuit. Neil Polly will chase him out of bounds right around the line of scrimmage. No gain.
And you could hear the entire Buckeye fan base here take a deep breath like, don't hit him out of bounds this time, because the Buckeyes earlier in the ball game had a huge penalty against themselves by hitting Long as he was going out of bounds. This time Schrader's getting around that corner and really had nowhere to go as the Buckeyes in heavy pursuit.
And it is a 1-yard loss back to the Buckeye 42, where it's 2nd and 16. 2 receivers on each side this time now for Vinton County, with Ousley the lone back. Long under center, option play left. Long will keep it himself. And the Buckeyes all over it, right around the line of scrimmage.
54, Eli Fox played that extremely well. Eli Fox is kind of deceiving from up here, but he's a very long and lanky individual. And with those long arms, he was able to deceive Long into not wanting to pitch the ball because that was the right play in that particular situation. I believe he get that ball out to his tailback. The tailback had a lot more room to run the ball as Buckeyes bring him down right at the line of scrimmage.
I think usually he walked up and said a word to Andy Long, and I believe that was probably what he said. But it's third down and about 15, pitch out.
And this time,
Buckeyes all over it for another loss. Pitch out to Big Thompson, Levi Thompson.
I'm telling you, Eli Fox could not have played those two plays back-to-back any better than a defensive end could play. As the first time, he fakes the way that he's going to take away the tailback and forces Long to keep the ball, brings him down immediately. This time, he steps inside, almost acting like he's ready to take Long down, and Long pitches the ball, and he's quick to get out there and drop it.
So it's 4th and 18 now for Vinton County back at the Buckeye 44. And Vinton County will punt. It will be Zach Stolley to punt it away, and Jeremy Warren standing at the Buckeye 13 to receive it. Nice snap. High kick lands at the Buckeye 20. Vinton County will let it roll, and they'll down it at the Nelsonville-York 13-yard line.
Some of the little things that happen in a football game that you don't always see. Right there, you had the up man back there with Jeremy Warren was Walker Elliott, and as that ball was kicked, Jeremy Warren quickly recognized that it wasn't going to make it all the way back to him. He started hollering to Walker Elliott to clear out of there so the ball wouldn't catch him. Nice communication by the Buckeyes. 7 minutes, 23 seconds to play in the ball game. The Buckeyes have the ball back at their own 13-yard line, leading 16-8, moving right to left, all in brown, the Buckeyes. Vikings in white.
1st and 10 on their own 13. Walker Elliott in motion to the left side. Hunter Edwards hands it off to Noah Andrews, and he'll pick up 2 as he gets it out to the 15-yard line, and that'll be it. There's Vinton County right there to meet Andrews.
Well, if the Buckeyes can do what they did on the last series, they were able to move the ball very effectively. Like I said, it was their most productive series of the evening. 8 plays for 79 yards. One of the big plays was the 37-yard pass play from Hunter to Jeremy Warren right before the fourth quarter began.
2nd down and 8 for the Buckeyes on their own 15. Out of the eye with the receiver on each side. Hunter Edwards under center at quarterback. Play action. Edwards looking to throw. Throwing. And it is caught by Kenan Kilbarger as he leaps up out at the 28 and pulls it down for a Nelsonville-York first down.
Excellent catch by Kenan Kilbarger. Again, another one of those 6'3", long, lanky, can get up in the air and hop for you and go after that ball. 14-yard pass play for the Buckeyes.
1st and 10 Buckeyes on their own 29. 6.5 minutes to play in the game. Nelsonville-York leading 16-8 over Vinton County. The Buckeyes out of the I formation. Noah Andrews at fullback. Alex Mount at tailback. Hunter Edwards under center at quarterback. And the handoff on the right side goes to Alex Mount. And it'll be a short gain on the play for the Buckeyes. A gain of 2 to the 31.
Vikings defense swarming to the ball that time, did a nice job. I believe J.T. Hayes was the first one actually to get in there and make the stop. But 2 positive yards at this point. Not only are the Buckeyes looking at first downs, the Buckeyes are watching that clock as it's now under 6 minutes to play. They still hold a 16-8 lead. The Vikings coaching staff going to be having to think about some timeouts before too long if the Buckeyes can get another first down here.
Buckeyes out of the eye once again. Edwards pitches it out to Alex Mount on the right side. And Mount will get it out to the 33-yard line. Another gain of 2, and the Buckeyes will be facing 3rd and 6. Clock continues to roll. 5.5 minutes to play. Buckeyes up 8.
Well, obviously the Buckeyes want to find a way to get a first down here, but punting the ball over to the Vikings and playing defense isn't a bad option because the Buckeyes defense has been stout here in the second half.
Buckeyes 3rd down and 6 on their own 33-yard line. 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Hunter Edwards out of the shotgun, and now we may have a timeout called by the Buckeyes, and we do. Nelsonville-York takes a timeout. 5 minutes, 8 seconds to play in the game. 16-8, Nelsonville-York. And we'll take a 30-second break. So we're back here at Boston Field. Nelsonville-York leading by 8. 5 minutes, 8 seconds to play.
Big 3rd down play here for both sides of the ball, though, Jim. The Buckeyes trying to find a way to get that first down as the ball's marked at their own 33-yard line, needing 6 solid yards, as they say on the board. It's almost a long 6, maybe a short 7. And the Vikings trying to stop the Buckeyes offense here and trying to get things turned around so they can have one more offensive opportunity to try to tie the ball game back up. Buckeyes leading 16-8.
Nelsonville-York out of the I formation on 3rd and 6 on their own 33. Hunter Edwards back to pass, straight back to pass. Throws over the middle, and it's caught by Kenny Gilbarger. He breaks a tackle across the 50. Breaks another tackle across the 40. And he's brought down at the Viking 33.
Cannon Gilbarger going up in traffic. Knows he's going to get hit, as there's a great lick put on him as soon as he catches the ball, but realizes it wasn't hard enough to knock him down, turns and starts running, breaks another tackle or two, and takes the ball all the way inside the 35-yard line of the Vikings. Under 5 minutes to play, the Buckeyes up 16-8, and a huge offensive pass play for the Buckeyes that time.
First down and 10 Buckeyes at the Viking 33. Nelsonville-York out of the I. Andrews at fullback, Mount at tailback, Edwards at quarterback, and all freshman backfield for Nelsonville-York. Pitch out to Alex Mount on the left side, and he'll be run out of bounds inside the Viking 30 after a gain of about 4. He'll spot it at the 29.
It's one of those things that's a nice play, but you saw the coach give a little bit of an education to Mount that time as he's going back on the field and just remind him, hey, we're up 16-8, 4.5 minutes to play in the ball game. Don't go out of bounds. Stay in bounds. Force them to use timeouts if you have to, but don't stop the clock and give them any advantage at this point.
Second down and 6 for the Buckeyes at the Viking 29. Nelsonville-York now in a power I. Walker Elliott, Noah Andrews, and Alex Mount in the backfield. Hunter Edwards takes a snap, hands it off to Alex Mount, and he'll take it down to about the 26-yard line on a gain of 3.
So that's his 20th carry of the evening, 84 positive yards.
And Vinton County will take a timeout. 4 minutes, 20 seconds to play in the game. The Buckeyes up 8, and we'll take a 30-second break. So the Buckeyes taking the field after the timeout, 4:20 to play. Third down and 3 for Nelsonville-York at the 26 of Vinton County. Hand off to Noah Andrews. He bullies his way through, breaks a couple tackles, and finally tackled down at the 12-yard line.
14-yard run that time for Noah. And Noah, as you said, just bullied his way through on that one. That was a nice play. Buckeyes line is doing a nice job of opening up the holes right now. It seems like the Buckeye offensive line has a little bit of an advantage over top of the defensive line of the Vikings.
First down Buckeyes. They spotted at the 13 of Vinton County. Nelsonville-York, 2 receivers to the right, out of the I. Buckeyes will let the play clock run down. It's now under 10 seconds. Game clock at 3:52. Handoff Alex Mount on the right side. And Mount will be taken down at the 11-yard line, a pickup of 2.
Dylan Crisp on the stop that time for the Vikings, but not before Mount can get a couple positive yards. But again, just getting yardage isn't the only thing that's important right now. The clock is a huge advantage for the Buckeyes as we're now 3 minutes and 26 seconds to play in the ball game. Buckeyes up 16-8, and they are down at the 11-yard line of the Vikings, trying to find a way to put some more points on the board.
Buckeyes out of the I, 2 receivers to the right. Hunter Edwards takes a snap, hands it off to Noah Andrews, and he takes it down to about the 5.
Again, the defensive line for the Vikings, they're going basically with that 7-man front. That time, Ousley guesses to the right slightly, and what happened was Noah Andrews recognizes that. As he's going to the right, he shoots through the left hole, and right past him he goes down inside the 5-yard line, third and very short.
3rd and 1 for the Buckeyes, inside the 5, close to the 4. 2:44, clock is running, left in the game. Buckeyes in a power I set. Edwards at quarterback. Handoff, and it will go to Noah Andrews, but he's hit right as he takes that football away from Edwards, the quarterback, and he's dropped for a loss.
JT Hayes was all over that as the Buckeyes allowed the clock to go under 5 seconds, so they could almost anticipate when that ball was going to be snapped, and JT Hayes was right over top the ball and dropped him for a loss.
Vinton County takes a timeout, 2:27 to play in the game. Buckeyes will have a 4th and 6 right around the Vinton County 9-yard line. When we return, we'll take a 30-second timeout. Nelsonville-York takes the field with a 4th and 6 at the Vinton County 9.
2 minutes and 27 seconds to play in the ball game. Buckeyes up 16-8.
Edwards under center at quarterback as Walker Elliott goes in motion to the left side. Edwards back to pass. He has a man wide open in the end zone, but a Vinton County.
Oh, that will be a flag as the Vinton County defender just basically walked Jeremy Warren right out the backside of the end zone as Jeremy Warren busted through, was wide open in the end zone, and Hunter sees him but had to scramble around a little bit. By the time he lets the ball off, the defender, I believe to be number 20 back there for the Vikings, Max Ward, had his back to the ball.
He's just in reckless abandon trying to get back to cover that and had his back to the ball and just ran into Jeremy Warren for the interference.
So now 2 minutes and 21 seconds to play in the ball game.
And that's a half the distance, and it's still fourth down for the Buckeyes.
So it's not an automatic first down. Timeout. The Buckeyes, or coaching staff, wants to discuss this before they just let things happen.
It'll be fourth down and 2. Nelsonville-York right around the 5-yard line of Vinton County. The Buckeyes take a timeout. Excitement here at Boston Field. 16-8, Nelsonville-York leading. 2:21 to play in the fourth quarter. Buckeyes 16, Vikings 8, Nelsonville-York. Fourth down and 2 at the Vinton County 5. And the Buckeyes break huddle on the sideline and will go right to the line of scrimmage. Buckeyes 2 receivers on each side. Hunter Edwards out of the shotgun with Alex Mount standing to his left.
Trying to spread the defense out a little bit
and
here.
Edwards will keep it himself up the middle, dives towards the goal line, and he's down at the 1, but that'll be a first down for Nelsonville-York.
That's
first and goal at the 1.
All they needed to do was get 2, and he dove in there, got it almost 4.5 yards as they spot it right down to the 1, maybe inside the 1 for Hunter. With 2 minutes, 13 seconds now to play in the ballgame. Buckeyes looking to try to cap extra score on here and try to seal this game away.
Jason Talbert coming in with the Buckeye play. First and goal at the 1. Clock now running under 2 minutes to play in this game. Buckeyes up a touchdown, trying to go up by 2 scores. Out of the power eye. And Nelsonville-York
burnt another timeout because they were afraid they were going to end up losing that play clock as it was hitting 0, as we're now down to a minute 51.
1:51 to play in the fourth quarter. Buckeyes down at the 1-yard line of Vinton County, leading 16-8. And we'll take a 30-second break. Buckeyes first and goal at the Vinton County 1-yard line. Out of the I formation. Edwards takes a snap, hands it off to Mount, and he's in for the touchdown on the right side.
Alex Mount goes through the right side, puts the Buckeyes up 22-8 with a minute 48 to play in the ball game. And the Buckeyes have 2 back-to-back strong offensive drives and just move the ball very effectively 2 times down the field and take command of the ball game by doing so.
2-point conversion attempt upcoming for Nelsonville-York. 1:48 to play in this game. The Buckeyes up by 14. Hunter Edwards looking to throw, does so, and it's incomplete, but it will be interference on Vinton County. Jeremy Warren was hit well before the ball arrived in the end zone. So Nelsonville-York will get the 2-point conversion attempt over again. The ball will be spotted at about the 1.5-yard line.
Again, the Buckeyes looking to try to come away with a big W here. Last home game of the season.
Buckeyes break huddle. Again, conversion attempt. Nelsonville-York up by 14 now. Nelsonville-York now in a power I. Walker Elliott, Noah Andrews, and Alex Mount in the backfield. Hunter Edwards at quarterback. And Edwards looking to throw, but he's going to be sacked from the blind side back at the 10-yard line. So the conversion attempt fails, but the Buckeyes get the lead at 22-8, 1:48 to play in the fourth quarter. And we'll take a 30-second timeout. So we're back here at Boston Field. Jeremy Warren will kick it away for Nelsonville-York.
Again, the Buckeyes really take 2 commanding drives down the field and take control of this ball game and have this 22-8 lead now with a minute 48 as the Buckeyes are going to be kicking the ball off, moving right to left. And Jeremy Warren's been squib kicking each time.
Todd Wallingford back deep, but this one will go short. A squib ball. Buckeyes may have it. And they do have it. Nelsonville-York has recovered. Jacob Talbert,
number 27,
hustled up the field and dove in there and just took it away from a couple of Vikings.
It squirted right through the hands of, I believe, number 11 for the Vikings. And as it went right through his legs, before you knew it, Talbert was in there and covered the ball up to give the Buckeyes the ball at the 42-yard line of the Vikings, all but sealing the ball game.
The Vinton County player was just about ready to put his two hands on the ball when Jacob Talbert came flying in to recover it. 1:48 to play.
And again,
and Hunter Edwards will step back and take a knee.
I'm not sure the Vikings have any more timeouts, Jim. That might be the way the Buckeyes are going to be able to just take the clock and walk away with this win as the Buckeyes. It's senior night here tonight, so we should take a moment and say congratulations to the seniors throughout the season. It's been an up and down season for the Buckeyes, to say the least, but they've held themselves strong and they continue to play hard, and that's a lot about being the leadership on a senior's on the football team, is to show the younger kids that you just never give up. You keep playing hard, and the Buckeyes seniors have just done an excellent job here this evening all around, and really came out and got themselves a huge win on senior night. So congratulations to that group of young men.
Hunter Edwards takes another knee with 1 minute to play in the game. Clock running now at 55 seconds.
And I say that with the knowledge of knowing this group of kids extremely well, Jim. You know, my son's a senior, and we walked out at senior night this evening, and I was looking around at these other young men that are celebrating seniors this year, and I can remember coaching them in Biddy League basketball back when they were third graders and watching them grow from those young men, or young boys, to the young men they are today. It's been a phenomenal privilege of mine, because really the entire group of this senior class, maybe they're not going to have the best winning season on the football field, but I'll tell you, Jim, when it comes to the character of this group of kids, the loyalty, the friendship that I've seen, and the maturity that these young men have had over the years, I just want them to know I'm proud of everything they've accomplished to this point, and I look forward to watching them continue to mature as they go on off to college and become, men, parents of their own, fathers of their own, and community leaders, and people that are really contributing all around aspects of the ball game, or aspects of their life, not just through the ball game itself. But it's a great privilege of mine, and take a quick moment to just say thanks for the memories, guys. It's been a lot of fun.
Vinton County took their final timeout after the last knee by Hunter Edwards, and Buckeyes ready to do it one more time, and Hunter Edwards will take a knee back at the 50-yard line, and clock running at 48 seconds. Vinton County unable to do anything about it. It'll bring up a fourth down for the Buckeyes. Fourth down at about 18. There's about a 15-second difference in the play clock and the game clock. Actually, they have yet to start the play clock, and that's going to do it. The Buckeyes will not have to take a snap. Game clock running at 18 seconds and the play clock at 19.
And the remaining fans here are cheering on the Buckeyes as they've come out and played extremely hard at home tonight and give the seniors a win on the last game they'll play on Boston Field.
And the clock hits 0 here at Boston Field. Final score, the Buckeyes of Nelsonville-York 22 and the Vikings of Vinton County 8. And we'll take a 60-second timeout.
Welcome back here to Boston Field as we're wrapping things up here for you as the Nelsonville-York Buckeyes hosting the Vinton County Vikings on senior night come away with a huge win, 22-8. The Buckeyes take the lead first in the first half as we start the second quarter. About 11:45 in the second quarter, the Buckeyes get a huge defensive turnover as Donovan Ross grabs the ball and scampers in for 23 yards for the first score of the game. The Vikings strike back, though, in the second quarter themselves with a huge 70-yard pass play from Long to, I believe, Oosley, number 33, and a little screen play. and that matches the 2-point conversion and ties it up 8-8. The Buckeyes and the Vikings go that way to halftime, come out in the second half, and it was a battle on the defensive side of the ball on both sides. And then the Buckeyes find a way to just put a couple huge drives together. First, they have an 8-play, 79-yard drive capped off by a 12-yard run touchdown by Alex Mount. And then in the fourth quarter, with about 1:48 to go, they complete their second huge series. And Alex Mount again caps it with a 1-yard touchdown run as the Buckeyes found a way to move the ball in the air just enough effect